Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters Sao Paulo here in Brazil, live from Campus Party 2014.
Bem-vindos de volta então aqui na Campus Party na Intel Extreme Masters São Paulo 2014.
It is now time for our final game of the day, our very last game of the day here on day 3 of 5. Still 2 more days to come of StarCraft 2 action, so don't panic too much. But we end with a fantastic matchup. Before we get to that, though, let's take a look at the bracket and show you exactly how Group B has panned out. Not quite as expected online, I'm sure you'll admit, because we expected Hello Kitty to come through this group, but he was crushed in the last round by the hometown hero. So, it's time for our final game. Ladies and gentlemen, our first competitor is from Germany. He is here to crush Brazilian dreams. He is TLO.
Aí, que nem o TLO falou, o Dial, grande Zeg alemão, jurou que vai aqui esmagar os sonhos brasileiros do Shakti de passar dessa fase.
And he goes head-to-head with the last remaining Brazilian in today's groups. We do have some others tomorrow, though, to watch out for. But he has a genuine shot at making the quarterfinals. Please make some noise for Brazil's Shakti!
Então, Shakti aparecendo aí que tem uma bela chance de chegar nas quartas de finais, se ele conseguir passar pelo TLO. Então vamos ver como é que vai ser o jogo dele, deve estar super nervoso, então acho que vai ser bem bacana. E agora, vamos dar uma olhada então nos nossos casters.
Okay, time to get our final game underway, which means sending you over for one last time to our very warm casting teams.
Thank you very much, Reda. Yes, it is hot here in Sao Paulo, and we are now ready for the last game of the evening, the last game of Group B, and it is the rematch between TLO and Shakti. What do you think about this?
I think there was a few lackluster ZVZ casts previously, I think in New York, so they decided to bring in some experts with you and me.
We are going to have fun with this one. It is the rematch. Before, TLO did play in the first game of the day against him, and he lost. Well, TLO, sorry, won 2-0, and Shakti lost 0-2.
That second game was very close.
Yeah, it was really close. He definitely was nervous coming onto the stage, playing in front of an audience, playing on a stream in front of a live audience as well. So he was nervous. He mentioned he was just now when I spoke to him, but then he played rather well against Hello Kitty, and now he finds himself up against TLO once again.
Yeah, you had the chance to cast the previous series, so you really got a first look at exactly how these players went about it. If you had a prediction to make here as how this might go down, stylistically, will they play in a similar way but just try to do it a little bit better? Did any of these players, did it feel to you like they had some go-to strategies that they stick to?
TLO just played very safe, was scouting a lot and was just saying, okay, what are you going to do? And then I'm going to defend it and then win. Kind of that mentality because he feels he's the better player. And we saw Shakti make just a lot of mistakes against TLO. He was overly aggressive in game 1, was a little bit sloppy in game 2 when it came to upgrades and so on, and just didn't really play that well of a series. But in the second series of his day against Hello Kitty, he was almost a different player. And that's what he needs to bring, I think, in game number 3 here. So to answer the question, TLO plays exactly the same. He's going to wait and find out how Shakti is going to play, and then we'll see what he's going to do.
It feels like Shakti, he's a big fan of Mutas. In the one game that he did really well against TLO in, he was using a bunch of them, and against Hello Kitty as well. He opened the score with some really nice Muta transition, 20-something I think it was. So here, how surprised will you be if he tries to go into some Mutas very early on?
Yeah. He tried Mutas in game number 2 against TLO, and it wasn't that bad of a game for him. Of course, a couple of mistakes when it came to upgrading his units.
AK not doing it at all.
Oh, AK not doing it at all, no evolution chambers, no upgrades whatsoever. But a fresh start now against TLO, and it is exactly the same map that they begun the series on earlier today. Polar Night is the first map in this best of 3, and it's a decider to see who moves on to the round of 8 and who does not. Let's find out.
Anything special to note about this map as far as something tricky, very important to do, like for example overlord placements?
Overlord placements, you can get behind the mineral lines to check the drone count on the natural, for example. Okay. To be able to see if he's building drones or building units. All right, so
I'm glad you're here, Apollo.
Up here to the top as the red Zerg player, hailing from Brazil. I like to try and sound like Clark trying to do these. Hailing from Brazil, it is Shakti. There he is. Can he make the upset of the tournament? This is not meant to happen according to predictions. And then, of course, I forgot I'm observing, aren't I? Down here, I was expecting the camera to move, then I forgot I was doing it. Down here, of course, playing for Team Liquid, it is TLO. That's right, I'm observing.
Would you say
See,
TLO?
that's me that is doing that.
Good job, keep it up. Would you say TLO is the overwhelming favorite, or after what we've seen from Shakti versus Hello Kitty, definitely has a big shot here?
After watching the first series, in my mind, TLO is 100% favorite. Like, it's not even close if we compare Series 1 of these two players against each other, but then include the Hello Kitty series, it comes down. TLO definitely still favored, say, 80 to 20 in favor of TLO, but there's that chance. I think the nerves are gone maybe a little bit now for Shakti.
Yeah, mirror build so far from these players. The hatchery of Shakti 2 seconds earlier than TLO's. Very small win already, I guess you could say. And I'm gonna keep a very close eye to the overall placement, because as you said, it's definitely going to be pretty important. TLO, did he do what you said before? Did he place his overlord behind the natural?
Yeah.
Okay.
You usually want to have the first overlord somewhere around the back, because not only do you check the mineralize, but you can also poke in to spot the ramp too, to see if units are coming down or not, or drones, and so on. All right, so we have an extractor being taken here by both players, pretty much identical, just a few seconds difference. Very, very similar builds here.
If we look at the production type, this is an absolute mirror. Maybe a few seconds difference here and there on the hatchery, on the extractor. Overall, they want to go for the exact same. So I guess, as you said before, Shakti, it seemed like in the first series he was making a lot of mistakes. If this repeats here, this is going to be bad against someone like TLO, who really try and capitalize on every single one of those mistakes.
Well, both players have gone in and scouted each other's gas out. They know exactly the timings of each other when they're going to get Zergling speed, and of course eventually leading towards getting the Baneling Nest and so on. Then on map number 1 between these two players on this map, it was Shakti who was the aggressive one. He was very, very aggressive.
TLO's not making any links here. He's cutting corner already.
Yeah. He's satisfied with the information he gathered with the Overlord. He's satisfied with the Queens popping out. He'll be able to deflect the 2 lings of his opponents as well.
Yes, and Shakti didn't do what you said with the Overlord.
No, he's come back here. He has come back here. TLO has gone round the back though. And maybe Shakti already has a plan in mind. Maybe he doesn't really care about what's on that natural mineral line or not.
And usually that means some big aggression early on.
Yeah, both of them have thrown down the Baneling Nest. Oh, sorry, I was a little bit fast there. Throwing down the Baneling Nest at the same time. And here's TLO to make the first couple of lings here. And those will be the ones I imagine that will go over to see if Shakti is actually building anything.
Exact same walker count for both of these players. Actually, one more walker for one for Shakti. TLO is going to catch up, and same army supply. This is the most mirror game I've ever seen, I think, past the 5th minute.
Yeah, this is identical so far. It is TLO, though, who is stretching out with a few more drones here, and a Zergling speed near completion. Are we going to see aggression, or is he going to scratch it this time? This is exactly the right time he wants to be added on more lings. He's got the second extractor inside the main base, and a third one. It looks like we are not going to see aggression here. And TLO with lings is going to spot one extractor on the natural, and even a second one inside the main base. So TLO can wipe out the thought process of aggression coming towards him here, and he's going to probably take his own gases.
Yeah, both players building up their economy here. I have to say I like a little bit better the placement of the overlords of TLO. Shakti, he can see mostly the middle of the map, which obviously is very important, but not having that information on his opponent's natural.
Yeah.
And not even having sent any links, which actually he's going to do now.
Yeah, he needs to know what's going on. TLO's got all the information necessary in this game. All right, Shakti, who hasn't got any, and he's going to go to the natural now, and he will see no banelings, no excess amount of links, and a gas been taken. So that's pretty much the information he needs. And both players will take up here, and it looks like we could enter a game where both players seem to be aiming towards Mutalisks here.
12 more Zerglings for Shakti to try and counter those few links from TLO running across the map right now. He's going to be pressuring a little bit. He realizes that there is a few more links for him as an advantage. He needs to be careful though. Trading really well.
Yeah, both players trading really well. They've got exactly the same income of gas at the moment, but it is Shakti who is the one who has just a little bit more gas in the bank.
Oh, he might try to get a cancel. He might be able to get it too. There's 2 banelings.
Well, 2 banelings should be enough to push this back. Third base thrown down exactly
Playing with
as
fire
he spots this. He is ducking and diving away from these banelings. 2 detonations come down, but not the best. of trades there.
And more links are being made right now by TLO. Shakti made a few himself.
Yeah,
he's
needs
not
to be
getting
building
any
more.
bailings.
Yeah, he's going to need some here because he could get his own third cancelled.
Actually gonna morph them right next to these fights, and TLO killing all of those Zerglings. He's gonna target down those banelings now, and he has his own banelings. Does he get the cancel? I think he does.
At this point, when you're both going for the same strategy, you cannot afford to lose a third base while your opponent keeps his. It's important to keep this alive, and that was a great baneling hit there. This is not looking good at all for the Brazilian.
Queen here might die. Whoa, what was that?
Oh, the Queen dies, banelings into the natural mineral.
Oh, the Spire.
Zerglings flooding through, and that's it. Good game, and TLO does take map number 1.
Shakti here, not nearly as convincing as he was versus Hello Kitty. TLO, very calm, very relaxed. He played a standard and solid game, and he thought he was the better player, and he very well might be, because that was pretty good.
I mean, the game was not that long. It was just over the 10-minute mark, I think. But there was a good 45 seconds of supply block from Shakti there. I'm not sure if that came into the equation towards the end, as he wasn't able to deal with the lings that came out from TLO. And at that stage, you only should be building lings. What are you building drone towards? You don't even have a third up and running yet. So, well, he loses the fight to his third, and therefore loses the fight for the map. And let's go in favor of TLO.
Yeah, TLO had planned for everything that happened really well. That attack on the third base, yes, he had 2 banelings. He saw the amount of Zerglings. He knew there was the possibility for more Zerglings to come. He made 2 more banelings immediately, perfect amount, and then he realized that he had held. So it was time to counterattack. He got some great detonation on a lot of the Zerglings from his opponent, and from there it only goes downhill if you're behind.
And all the momentum and all the confidence that Shakti had coming into this game, it's gone. It's really gone now, and even pressure that would have been indirectly inflicted onto TLO, having just seen the crowd get behind the Brazilian, him beating out Hello Kitty. But now it's almost like everything's restored back to the first series that they've played, and TLO goes with an equal mindset now going into this thing. Well, should be able to win this.
Yeah, Shakti though, how do you go into this series after this game? This has to be... This has
the
to
nerves
not to
might
be,
start creeping in again, like they were
definitely
when they first
did
played.
before, yeah, also. And he likes Mutas a lot. Now he was in a matchup where he was trying to reach Mutas, which seems to be his comfort zone, the units he likes to go to win games. And he got completely destroyed before he could even reach them. So he might try something crazy here, or some kind of all-in maybe, if he thinks that it's too difficult to win games in a straight-up game versus TLO right now.
Well, do you ever think that he was maybe overlooking this game against TLO with the confidence he had from the last one? Was he thinking too far? Have you ever been in that position yourself?
Yes.
You win that and you start to think, well, I can go to the quarterfinals here.
Against a Brazilian player, actually, at WCG in the US. I think I had to play one early on in the tournament on the brackets, and I was one of the world's best, and everybody was coming to me, oh, congratulations for already making it to the semi. I let it get to my head, and I lost to this one Brazilian player, funnily enough. So here maybe we can see the same thing happen with Shakti against TLO, but TLO is not really the kind to get overconfident. He always goes into every game playing 100%.
All right, well, both players grounded now. They know exactly what needs to be done. TLO, 1 game to win and advance to the top 8. And then, of course, Shakti needs 2. All right, so up here in the top right, we have, is that right? Wait a minute. Who's top right? TLO. No, wait, the oval is doing, I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, TLO's top right.
It's TLO in the top right. The sickest of introductions. And then over top left as the Red Zerg. Do not read the overlay, but listen to my voice. It is none other than Shakti.
This is a bit weird. TLO's is scouting cross map right now.
Yeah.
And I've never seen this before. Do you know the reason why he might do something like that?
Scouting cross map? I have absolutely no idea.
First in ZVZ, okay. Maybe trying to confuse his opponent a little bit. If his overlord gets there and his opponent is actually there, well, he's going to get the information much earlier than his opponent. Bit weird here by TLO, but...
He also could, I mean, it depends on crossing paths of overlords, because as soon as they cross paths, they know exactly where they spawn, because you can basically figure out the timings here.
So you think maybe he's trying to not reveal his position as early as possible?
Well, I think more so that the second overlord here going to the left, if that doesn't spot anything here, TLO's almost in a pivot point because he's in the middle of the map where he can swing left and right depending on what the overlord sees at the left.
doesn't it look like also he sent that to the natural of the left-hand side, which means the overload might not meet each other, which in this case, nobody's going for early on aggression. It's not going to matter, but interesting little bit of mind games here by TLO.
Both players have opened up hatchery first, followed by spawning pool here. As I open the production tab, may have forgot that as well. No worries. King observers here.
Kailaris and Rotti will beg to differ.
Claris and Rotti have got nothing on me. Look at this drone line. Look at the angles I can do. Look at that. Yeah.
You know, DBC is probably watching and laughing, right?
He's got nothing on me. Gas been taken here by Shakti inside his main. TLO without one yet.
No, yeah, what that means he's going to go for a bunch of queens and later gases, two gases at once, you think?
Yeah.
Usually,
well, not yes, but he can take it. He doesn't necessarily need to do that style, but he can just play a little bit greedy when it comes to his mineral income at the start, and then take an extractor in the next. You can take it in the next 15 seconds, like 24, 25 supply. But if he doesn't take it around 24, 25, then he's looking to go a little bit higher up.
So usually around the 5th minute, right? He will take double gas, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Production
5 minutes
tab,
exactly, yeah.
Production tab looks exactly like before as a mirror right now, but we did have one of those players take a gas here, so he's gonna have some ability to possibly pressure, but TLO, I feel like practicing on the European ladder, it's definitely helped his ZVZ a lot. There is a lot of good Zergs in Europe.
Yeah.
They play very well in mirror, and playing against guys like Dimaga, sort of, all these guys regularly, Nurcho, I really feel like ZVZ might be one of his best matchups. He's beaten big names before, he's beaten Life and DreamHack, and it's going to be also hard for his opponents to win with some early on aggression, in my opinion, against somebody like TLO who's super solid.
Well, we do have the Baneling Nest, just the same build coming out from Shakti once again, just, you know, the gas into the Baneling Nest, and we'll see where he branches off from there, but it is double gases at the same time here for TLO, playing a much more passive game. Will need to wall off with Evolution Chambers on his front wall if aggression does come. Very economy focus here from TLO. Should be looking at a higher drone count once these queens stop pumping out more drones, because you don't really need Zerglings at this point. You just need the wall off and a spine crawler, an additional queen. So he will climb up ahead in the economy soon. But what is Shakti going to do now?
2 queens. Oh, this was spotted. The Overlord's trying to escape and should be able to.
Yeah, he'll get away there. TLO could actually go all the way to the edge of creep, but it's no. You just come back at this point.
You think he will get it?
No, he's not going to get the overlords.
No, but if he had chased a little bit.
If he chased, it would have been close, but there's not worth risking it. You need the queens back to make sure this wall's complete.
Okay, I wanted a yes or no, but that'll do, Apollo.
Yeah, man. Best of both worlds. Lair coming out straight away here from Shakti, and also all 4 gases. So he's going straight towards Mutalisks at this point, where TLO is probably just going to throw... Well, he's got the Baneling Nest coming down.
He's mining out of double gas, and he hasn't started Lair.
No. Even though his build is meant to be quite passive and defensive here, he could absolutely turn this into an aggressive one from this standpoint.
We'll see.
The amount of gas he has, the amount of Banelings he can make with that gas.
Yeah, the injects, it's almost finished on the natural.
Yeah,
8 Zergling starts, 2 more Overlords.
Well, he's about to go down and take a 3rd, though.
But he could go for aggression plus the 3rd base, or do you think this is for defense?
Well,
or
it's
I
a
guess
bit
you
of
can
both.
just see.
Yeah, it's a bit of both.
Yeah. And Chris spread, by the way, which is you don't get to see every day in ZVZ. The spine went down, and that Spire is going to be very quick, actually.
Yeah, it's Spire in this game. Really, really fast. No gas dedicated to Banelings, just straight Zerglings.
Speed just finished for TLO. Is going to be on the chase here. How many Zerglings are there?
He is moving through the map here.
25 army supply, 27 now for TLO against 17. A lot more Zerglings. Actually, a lot more for TLO coming out.
And
oh my god.
Baneling morph. And he's going to need some Banelings of his own, and he does walk.
The entire map is going to blow up, man.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to survive this as an observer. Wait a minute, I'm going to zoom out.
Woohoo!
That's a lot of army supply here from TLO, comes marching in, and... Oh, not the best of detonations there, but there is more to come.
Oh, wow. This was good. But
there's a lot more Zerglings coming, though.
The spine is gone, and there's no Zerglings right now. For Shakti, he's getting a ton of Zerglings out, but those Zerglings are already morphing for TLO. He might have done it.
Oh, that's it. GG is called. Maybe he heard about my observing skills, because that was intense. I'm sweating like the players are after that game. Woo! All right, TLO makes it through to the next round, and makes it into the top 8 along with 3 other Koreans. Bomber, Jack G, MC, and TLO are in the top 8 guaranteed here. And unfortunately, this young man, 16 years old, his tournament ends here. But a good run from him, a great performance against Hello Kitty, a game that not many people, if anybody, thought he could win. And he's finally been able to get his name out there.
Yeah, very good performance. A promising player. Usually when a player is this young and he starts putting on some good performance, you can basically say that if he practices a lot more, if he's serious about the game, he has a lot more potential. And he could do a lot more, he could achieve a lot more.
Yeah, TLO did play that out, and kind of as expected was coming into that as the favorite, and TLO is the man to make it through and continue his tournament here. Has guaranteed himself at least $1,000, and of course the chance to move on to the semi-finals with a best-of-5 win in the corners. We do step up to that, or we will step up to that when TLO gets into the bracket. But that is us concluded for Group A and Group B. I don't know if you can hear in the background, but the crowd are applauding their hero today, which seems to be Shakti.
And TLO actually is one of the very few Zergs here that we have. The Zerg that was in Group A, WM was eliminated earlier. Now TLO made it, Shakti was eliminated, but we're going to have a single Zerg playing tomorrow. So we could have only a single Zerg through to the round of 8, which will be TLO. We'll find out tomorrow with Tunico.
That's right. Group C and Group D will be played tomorrow. We have the likes of CJ Hero, the Singapore champion, playing in the same group as Paul, as Tunico, and there's the qualifier, Kelazor, and I butchered that name, but it doesn't matter. And of course, we'll be going over to Group D as well, but it seems like it is time to throw it over to Red Eye, who's waiting for us on the main stage.
Thanks very much, guys. Yeah, nice throw there. That is it then for day 3 rather, for the Intel Extreme Masters here in Sao Paulo. Day 1, of course, of the StarCraft 2. If you have just joined us, you've missed a cracking set of matches in Group B. So let's just recap on what's happened here. First of all, with Group A.
Então é isso aí, tivemos um dia sensacional aqui, o primeiro dia de StarCraft. Vamos dar uma olhada nos brackets.
And as you can see from those brackets earlier on, we had Bomber and Jack G coming through, both very simply in the end. Unfortunately, the American Puck not able to come through that group, or his Brazilian counterpart WM. So that was Group A.
Exatamente, Grupo A, então, passando o Shakti e o Bomber. Foram partidas sensacionais, seguindo aí para a próxima fase, no primeiro dia de StarCraft, terceiro dia aqui da Intel Extreme Masters.
And before we close the show, let's take a look at the results from Group B now. And we've just seen TLO go through against the Brazilian surprise, Shakti, not able to come up with the goods in the final game, but he has put on a fantastic show in front of a home crowd here in Sao Paulo. Unfortunately for him, it was one too many, as the German Zerg, TLO, goes through to the quarterfinals, which will start tomorrow, and he joined by MC, who'd earlier on won in 4-0 in terms of map results. So great result from MC.
Exatamente, MC passou aí com 4-0, grande resultado para MC, e sem dúvida nenhuma a gente ficou super empolgado com a partida, a surpresa espetacular que foi o Shakti aí, mas infelizmente acabou não chegando lá, foi tirado pelo Zerg alemão Liquid TLO.
So that is it from day number 3 here at the Campus Party 2014 in Sao Paulo. Live coverage begins again at 10 a.m. tomorrow local time. Don't miss it. It's back with StarCraft 2 for Group C and D, and 2 of the quarterfinals.
Então é isso aí, amanhã.